Hi guys, Bart Robley with Modern Drummer Magazine. Hey, today I'm going to give you guys a video lesson on something that I've been teaching to my drum students for many years, and that is taking two rudiments and putting them together to make a musical phrase. The rudiments that we're going to use today are paradiddles and paradiddles. Now what these do for us is a few things. Number one, it does make a musical phrase. We're going to work those out here on the practice pad today, and in coming lessons we're going to take them over to the drum set, and I'm going to show you guys how to apply them to the drum set. Once we apply them to the drum set, what they do for us is they help us with our four-way independence. They also help us flow around the drum set so that when we're playing with other musicians and we're playing music, that we flow nice and evenly. There's not jerky motions in our playing. And some of these things are really going to syncopate the rhythm and again, giving us nice musical ideas to make the music that we're playing more interesting. Some of these things can be used as drum fill ideas or drum solo ideas. So if you're new to drumming, you're just starting out and you're not really familiar with all your rudiments like paradiddles and paradiddles, what those are. So a paradiddle is a series of single strokes and double strokes put together. So a paradiddle, the sticking to that, is going to be right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. That's going to look and sound like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. There's some paradiddles. Now, a paradiddle diddle is a series of 6 notes. So one single and 2 doubles. Right, left, right, right, left, left. Now, because we're ending on the opposite hand than we start with, it's not like the paradiddle where we can loop it and just, go right to left. So what we do is we practice right hand lead and then left hand lead. So right hand paradiddle diddles are going to look like this. Left hand. Okay, so my suggestion to everybody is just practice those two elements. Practice the paradiddle and practice the paradiddle diddle and get those two things kind of happening. Work with the metronome, push your tempo, and really push yourself to get good at those two rudiments. Now, we're going to take those two rudiments and put them together into a phrase. So what we do here is if we think about the paradiddle diddle, okay, those are, each one of them is 6 notes. We put 2 of them together, that's 12 notes. Now, what we do is we put the paradiddle diddle, the paradiddle at the end, and what that does, that gives us 16 notes, right? And it does another thing for us. When we put that paradiddle at the end, if we're in right hand lead and the paradiddle at the end is right, left, right, right, well now we can just go to left hand lead, and go and loop it, so right to left. The other thing that it does for us is it does give us a nice musical phrase. And the third thing that it really does for us, if we're putting the accents really good and strong at the top of each rudiment, it syncopates the rhythm. So, if I turn on my metronome to 60 beats a minute, and I think about that, so here's 60 beats a minute, the paradiddle diddle, the syncopation will be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. That's going to look and sound like this. So practice that, get that down, okay? Really get to where you can play that and make it nice and smooth. Then push your tempo. So that was 60, let's go to 80. Here's 80. Let's go to 100. $120. So right there, that's 120 beats a minute. So we went from 60 to 120. We doubled our tempo. Now, the sky's the limit. You can take these things as far as you want, 180, 200 beats a minute. But what I want to do now is I want to kind of change the syncopation. So what we did here so far is we took two paradiddle diddles and put a paradiddle at the end of it. What happens if we put the paradiddle at the beginning of the phrase? Okay, so instead of being paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, it's going to be paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. And the syncopation will be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. That's going to look and sound like this. Now let's move the paradiddle again. Let's put the paradiddle in the center. Let's put the paradiddle so that it is right in the middle. So it'll be paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. Now what that does, it syncopates it even more. Paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. That's going to look and sound like this. So what that did is it put the accents on the eighth notes, the and beat of 2 and the and beat of 3, instead of just 1/8 note. So now, and let's call those A, B, and C. A, B, and C. So now, let's take A, B, and C, and let's try it. Let's run them together. So we'll go A, then we'll go B, then we'll go C. Let's see what happens. Wish me luck. So there you have it. A, B, and C run together. So those are some great stickings. Those are some great musical phrases. And they just kind of get your hands happening and get your hands together. I love practicing those. I practice them all the time. I teach them to all of my students. And like I said, in coming lessons, we're going to take those rudiments right there and we're going to apply them to the drum set. So keep checking back for more lessons. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out Modern Drummer. Modern Drummer has been around forever. I have subscribed to this magazine for as long as I can remember, so it's a true honor to be here on their website. I also want to thank Dom Famularo, a good friend and a great guy, and helping me out to get on here. This is just fantastic. Practice hard. Have a lot of fun. Remember, we don't work the drums, we play the drums. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, happy drumming.